Welcome. Let's talk about how you can use an array element. And this is something you already know because if you have an integer array, anywhere you can use an int array element is anywhere you can use any other type of int. Or if you've got a servo array, you can use a servo element anywhere you can use a servo object. So they're the same thing. You know this already, but let's go over it. So first, I've made an integer and I've made an integer array. And I'm going to show you that you can treat them the same. You just kind of reference the array elements differently, but aside from that, everything else is the same. So here's a situation here where we've got, where we're setting a value to 6. So we take our integer value and it used to be 5 and now it's 6. R4, which would be the fifth element, is this guy. It also used to be 5 and now it's 6. So yeah, exactly the same. We can assign it however we want. We can print it however we want. This is how we'd print the x variable. If we wanted to print the element of an array, we'd just do exactly the same thing, but reference it like this. So that would print our R3, which remember is the fourth element, due to 0 indexing. This is one of the more important ideas. You can use it in conditions, or let's say you want to use it in, say, the tone function, like we will be in this project. So we could use an int in the tone function. If it's got an int parameter, we could also use an array element, because it's exactly the same. If we got an integer array or an integer variable, an integer array is just a whole bunch of integer variables in a row in memory. We just access them a little differently. So yeah, we can use them in conditions. It'll work exactly the same. We can modify them. We can do math with them exactly the same. It just looks a little funny. So here we've got an integer value and we're making that equal to 5 plus the value of R4. And here we've got R4 and we're making it equal to whatever x is plus 5. So same thing, just hitting home again. Anywhere you can use a variable normally, you can also use an array element because they are the same thing. An array is just a whole bunch of variables of whatever type in a row in memory. Thanks for listening.